need glasses to see the real image.
Free Britney.
Free Britney.
Free Britney.
Do not come. Do not come.
Free Britney. Free Britney. Free Britney. Free
Britney. Free Britney.
So we need glasses to see the real image.
Is this working? Is this working? I honestly don't know. Oh boy. This is going to be a bad stream, I can tell already, because I've already done something wrong. I already messed up the stream. Do I have time to make popcorn? No, you don't. Guys, this is a really... You guys gotta take this more seriously, because this is a very intense show we have today. A lot going on. We are going to talk to one of the greats of our time, Slavoj Zizek. He's some kind of a guy who does stuff. And then we're also going to look at this guy, Benny Pepino, who we make fun of a lot. He's sort of a weird, traumatized YouTuber. Maybe I shouldn't be making fun of that guy anymore, but we're going to look at his new book. He's got a new book coming out, and somebody sent me a... They sent me a mother effing advanced copy, and we're going to read some... I mean, I just flipped through this thing. You know, I flipped through this bad boy, and I was like, wow, this thing's intense. So we're going to be reading some little excerpts from that bad boy. From that beautiful bad boy. So this thing's packed. This thing's packed. Oh my God, we already got people in the green room. And I know exactly who I want to talk to. Oh, of course, we always have to check in with Greg. Greg, how are you?
I'm back, dude. I'm back.
I just hit myself in the face.
Oh, dude, you need to get that together, dude.
Shut up, Greg. Shut the F up, Greg.
I do what I want, man. I do what I want.
Yeah, and he's still on the show somehow. That's a little weird. So let's get one of these fools on. Pian, are you there?
Hello?
Pian?
Can you hear me?
P.
Make pee in.
Make pee-pee, what up? I would never call your name Make pee-pee. You are Pian. Show Pian some respect. That's you, Pian. How are you? Always great to talk to you. I love talking to Pian. You are, again, I've described you as a classic good guy, but there's just generally, I feel like a good vibe off you every time.
Oh, thank you. I try to emit as much good vibe as possible. As often as possible.
As often as possible. Do you have to work at it? Are you secretly a cretin and you have to kind of, you put in some work to be such a nice guy, or what's up?
Hell, I was just born this way.
Ooh, like Lady Gaga. You were born this way. Oh my God. You know what I never understood about that Lady Gaga album is it's called Born This Way, but she's a motorcycle on the front, right?
Yeah.
Is that what she's saying? She was born as a motorcycle?
I'm not sure. There's a, have you heard of the Sloppy Boys?
The Sloppy Boys? No, what's that?
They're a band, and they're I think, do you know that one show, The Birthday Boys? I may have mentioned it before. 3 of those guys have a band, and they do parody songs, and they have a song on Lady Gaga, and it's really funny, and I don't know, they make really good beach rock type music.
The Birthday Boys, yeah. I know we've talked about them before. And I need to look more into this.
Yeah, look up the Sloppy Boys. Their newest album is Paradiso. that I need to re-listen to that. But their album cover is them like all naked except with socks on, and their like little dicks are out, and they're like I don't know. It's beautiful.
And
Like, they're beautiful men.
P, and what in Christ's name does this have to do with Lady Gaga? Are they doing Lady Gaga covers?
They have a song about Lady Gaga on their first album.
Ah, very good, very good.
Yeah.
Well, I have something you're not gonna like to tell you. You've been recommending that I watch this movie, Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, right? It's the David Bowie movie, and look. I swear on my life, I swear to God, Pian, it's at the top of my list, and I will watch it this week because I love me some I love David Bowie as an actor. I have to be honest. Like even Man Who Fell to Earth, I think he's pretty good.
I haven't seen like any of his like other stuff.
Twin Peaks,
honestly. Twin Peaks.
He played. Yeah, he was in Twin Peaks. He played. David Bowie in that Basquiat movie. He was pretty good.
I'm only 2 episodes into Twin Peaks.
Oh, right Pian.
I'm sorry.
Get your shit together, Pian.
I just watched Being John Malkovich today.
This is your first time seeing this?
Yeah.
You're a younger man. You're a younger man. You're a younger man, true?
Yeah. 27. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. And what'd you think of this movie?
It was really good. I wrote down my ranking right now of the cough drops, like as the cough drops that I've seen so far.
Which cough drops have you seen? If anybody who doesn't know, because we got some stragglers up in here, right? P, and some people who, they're not really giving this show the respect it deserves and paying enough attention.
They need to be saluting right now.
They should be saluting, exactly. Really like standing like very straight at attention. That's how this show should be watched. But cough drops, for anybody who doesn't know, those are Charlie Kaufman movies. It's like Spike Lee joints. These are cough drops. So just wanted to catch people up there. Go ahead, Pian.
So I'll go down my 5 that I've seen, and just happens to be 5, and I'll go down them ranked.
Hell yeah.
Number 5 is Anomalisa. Have you seen that one?
Anomalisa, yeah, the animated one, the stop motion one. That one is good.
And then 4 is Being John Malkovich.
Okay.
And then 3, I'm Thinking of Ending Things. And then
I still haven't watched it.
2, Eternal Sunshine.
Very good.
And then 1, Synecdoche.
Synecdoche.
Yeah.
I've heard I gotta be honest, I'm really behind on my cough drops. So I heard Synecdoche is pretty sad. Did you tear up during this movie at all?
I cry every single time really hard every time I watch it because it feels like it was written like my soul was written. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those
disgusting.
It's so relatable to me.
Oh boy.
So that's
I have to admit, the last movie I kind of teared up. I was like, I can't remember why I was watching this, but I rewatched Malcolm X, the Spike Lee movie, and I teared. Like, Malcolm X goes through. He goes to jail. He's a criminal, and then he meets the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and it's just like this very, very emotional moment. And I caught myself tearing up, and I was like, "Stop crying, you baby!" Like, I was like, "Why are you crying? This is a movie." That's Denzel Washington, but it gets you, right, Pian?
Yeah,
these things get us.
It totally engulfs you.
Yeah. So you think I should watch this movie, Synecdoche?
Yeah. I mean, it's. I don't know. It depends. Like, I am like stumbling now. Like you making me think about it.
J-Bone in the chat says that his favorite cough drop is the underrated Free Jack. Charlie Kaufman directed Free Jack with Mick Jagger. I didn't know that.
I won't speak to what he's directed. I'll speak to what he's written.
I think J-Bone uncovered some really interesting fact here that Charlie Kaufman wrote the movie Free Jack with Mick Jagger. Man, that's one of those movies I haven't thought about in a long time. Like,
Yeah,
I put that
wrote
movie in
that. I
the.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, there's all these movies. I would put that in the same category as a movie like Judgment Night or Strange Days or something. It's like these movies that they're not horrible, but they're kind of like they're not horrible and they're not good somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, P?
They just keep you entertained, like, to keep your attention through the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a
You
like,
watch.
not necessarily.
It's the movie's Days of Thunder. Somebody puts. I want to rewatch that. The Tom Cruise NASCAR movie. Yeah, these are the kind of movies that you watch like from the doorway. You're like, I could walk out at any minute. You know, you're watching the movie. You have your hand on the doorknob.
Yeah, you're just walking by your roommate's dorm, and you're just like, oh hey, what's up? And just like, oh, what's on? It's like, okay, cool, all right.
Exactly.
I did that with the Hulk. Like I forgot what movie I saw, and then my dad just like, hey, let's go like try to see the Hulk and where it's at. And so like we watched like the last half of the Hulk, and I was just like, I don't know.
Pian, before we move on, let me read some of these things, these super chat things. Shenanigans hitting it up early. Phone is gonna die, but my need for assistance transcends my ADHD systems. Read your messages. Consider what I say. Oh, some cryptic stuff from Shenanigans. Squid for hire. Squid for hire. Thank you so much. I love Squid for hire makes it rain, and I think he's doing also one of the many money laundering things that happens in this chat of ours. You know. Well, Pian, we got to come back and talk about this again. I want to talk about definitely the David Bowie movie, but definitely some of these cough drops too. Yeah,
if I could just plug my website quick, if you wouldn't mind.
Go for it.
Do you happen to have the film form in the description of this?
I think so. As I mentioned earlier, this thing got off to a bad, what I call a very bad start in the beginning, because I didn't set. Look, let's not get into the whole background of this, but I forgot to set up a vital part of the stream that had
Greg was running around, and you had to catch him.
Exactly. But I will check this. But everybody goes to. It's definitely in like all of the other stream descriptions. So if you guys go and check out Pian's website, quit being weird.
Go to my website and then go to the shop. I would say that would be the easiest way.
Okay.
Go to the film form on one of your live streams, past live streams, and then.
Are you uploading any perverted stuff on this website?
No. Just VHS paper art crafts.
Okay, well, I think that maybe you would get a little more traffic if maybe you uploaded a little bit of, you know what I mean, a little bit of red tube type stuff on there, you know? Just a suggestion.
A little only toilet fans?
Little only toilet, yeah, exactly.
Toilet fans?
All right, P, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.
Thanks for talking to me.
Peace
Bye-bye.
out. Love you, P. What a nice guy there. What a classic good guy. There's a person in the chat whose name is
Political views.
Bart. Thank you. Please Venmo to Squid for hire and tell him thanks. Man, this whole they're gonna get me busted. They're gonna get me busted with YouTube for all these scams that they're doing. Guys, let me see if you could see this. If you're just listening, that's fine, because I'll explain. But we make fun of this guy a lot, okay? We make fun of this guy a lot. It's easy, quote unquote, easy content.
Hey.
Okay?
Hey.
Easy content.
Lazy. Some people might call it lazy content.
Greg, calm down.
Yeah, you shut up, dude.
I swear to God, man. I swear to God, you are really putting me to the edge. Easy content, Benny Pepino. And this guy wrote a book. He wrote a new, I don't know, you know what? Actually, I got an ad for this. That's how I know about this Benny Pepino new book, is that I got an ad for this thing. Like they're already pumping ads out for this thing, and it's called The Authoritarian Moment. The Authoritarian Moment, and the subhead is Why Bullies Shove People into Lockers and What You Can Do About It. I believe. I believe that's the subhead. And I don't know if you guys are interested in this, but I got a few excerpts. It's not out yet. As you can see, I think it's a pre-order. But if you guys are interested, let me ask you this. Are you guys at all interested in this thing?
No.
Somebody called it the Benny Pepino now. Here's just a few excerpts from this book, which is called The Authoritarian Moment, Why Bullies Shove People in Lockers and What You Can Do About It. So here's, this is shocking stuff. I don't know who sent this, but I got this pre-order. Maybe it's like a press thing, but this is shocking. There's some shocking stuff in here. So here we go. This is an excerpt from Benny Pepino's new book. Bullying is the leading cause of problems in the U.S. If you think bullying stops at the doorstep... If you think bullying stops at the doorstep of the Daily Wire, you'd be wrong. I don't want to name any names, so in the interest of anonymity, we'll call the following bully Michael Choles. Oof. I think I know who that is. That's not a very good cover. This daily bully thinks just because his arms are a bit longer, that gives him the right to do the classic cartoon move where he places a hand on my head to keep me at arm's length while I swing away with many punches. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's just so sad. Oh, jeez. Jeez, that's sad. Somebody they write projection much, and that's true. A lot of people make fun of Benny Pepino for being short, and like, I'm what they call a borderline dwarf. If that's offensive, I apologize, but that's what the doctor told me. So I can't really hit him up on that. You know what I mean? Let me read a couple more of these excerpts. Another bully in my own life is, let's just call him Wat Balsh, who thinks just because he has a beard, he is the best. I don't want to call a dude out, but every day when I'm eating my fruit cup in the Daily Wire break room, Balsh comes by and asks if I like the beard hair he placed in my delicious cup. When I start swinging punches, he is also able to do the classic cartoon head restraint. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's really sad, dude.
Yeah. I'm honestly starting to think that I shouldn't make fun of Benny Pepino anymore. That's pretty sad.
Yeah, dude. Sounds like he's kind of like having a rough time over at the Daily Wire.
Yeah. Jeez. Whew. I'll read one more. I'll read a couple more. Another bully I'm confronted with is, again, in the sake of anonymity, let's just call her Grabby Tapiro. All right. Grabby Tapiro. On many occasions, she'll ask me if I'd like a, quote, Hertz donut, unquote. I, of course, say yes because I feel like I have to read in his voice. I, of course, say yes because accepting a free delicious donut is the only logical non-fallacy. When I accept said donut, Grabby grabs my arm, twists it, and says, Hertz don't it. This, of course, is fallacious because donut and don't it are not similar enough, and don't it is improper English. Oh no, she's doing it again right now. Oh my God.
That's real sad, dude. Oh my God. Even I'm a huge Shapiro fan. I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, that's sick. Greg. Associate producer Greg. Last one. These authoritarian bullies use many tactics. One bully, let's just call her Schmandis Cohen. All right. Will ask me if I'd like to go with her to the, quote, makeout closet, unquote. Oh my God. This is disgusting. Of course I accept this offer as it is the only logical choice, similar to the donut choice. But when we get to said makeout closet, it turns out to be little more than a janitor's closet, where she then shoves me in, locks the door from the outside, and I am forced to live there for days and survive on nothing more than mop water and urinal cakes. Oh my God.
Good God, man, that is sad.
Yeah. This book, I mean, I'll say this. I'm pleasantly surprised by this book, just in terms of its readability from his other books, but, you know, what can you do, right? Gotta feel sorry. And by the way, I don't support bullying. Bullies are the worst. Except for maybe Ben Pepino deserves it. You know what I mean? I think maybe Ben Pepino kind of deserves. He's like the Purge. Like he's the one. It's like a reverse Purge, I guess. He's like you get to bully one guy and it's him. You know what I mean? Hold on, here we go. Rukazoo? Rukazoo, are you there?
No.
Oh, hi. What's up?
What up? Wait a second, Ru, I haven't heard from you in a while, huh?
I told you I was shy. I wasn't lying.
Think you're too much of a badass to come on the show or something?
No.
So what a lot of people have been saying in the chat, they're like, Rukazoo comes in once and then bails. Must be because they think they're the ultimate badass.
Oh, I mean, that's very flattering, but no, that's not why.
All right. Well, Rukazoo, I'm sorry for this very confrontational start to this conversation.
No,
but
it's okay, honey.
I gotta say,
my pal.
I'm very glad to hear from you, and I want to know what up with you and how you been. And please catch these fools up.
All sorts of things. Last month I went to Seattle.
You're lying.
No, wow, is that really that hard to believe?
You're right. That's not that big of a deal. Sorry.
Yeah, my dad had such a similar reaction, like, oh, here's the Seattle guy now.
Ooh, Seattle. Think you're cool? What do you think you're? You think you're from the '90s? You think you're a '90s grunge rocker now? Huh? Answer me.
A little.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's
I
sort of like
mean,
such an outdated thing to say about Seattle because it's like if you're gonna do a joke about Seattle, that's where like the most my lazy mind goes. I mean, what else would it be like? Hey, gonna go to the top of the Space Needle? Like whatever's like super obvious, you know?
Well, I did. It's actually pretty cool.
Did you smoke legal marijuana?
I had a legal edible.
Wow. Was it a positive experience? Every time I do edibles, things get a little squirrely.
Oh yeah, that happened last time, but the dispensary stuff is a lot more regulated, you know.
All right.
So.
Well, Rukazoo.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Okay, Rukazoo, and you recommend two things: eating an edible from a dispensary and going to the top of the Space Needle.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty basic, but it's really nice, believe it or not. If you're into that kind of thing.
All right. I'll do it. You win.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
All right.
Well,
also, yeah, it had a really welcoming atmosphere for LGBT people. Basically every public bathroom was gender neutral, and it was like, God, what a relief.
yeah.
Looking like I do. I don't want to either one I go into, I'm playing roulette.
Well, yeah, here it's funny because we have a lot of that in here in I think that's of course a good thing. We have a lot of it here in Austin where I live, but like you can tell that they're still like trying to hedge their bets against the lunatics who are like, God, somebody's gonna rush into the bathroom and like tickle me or whatever they think's gonna happen. So they have that. We have gender neutral bathrooms, but they're like little like jail cell, like they lock like super intense, and like there's like a steel plate on the bottom and stuff, and I'm like, this has gotta be because they're like trying to hedge their bets against the weirdos, right?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, have you heard of what happened in Los Angeles in Koreatown?
Oh, is that the massage thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that.
some lunatic like started filming on their phone. They were like
Yeah.
causing a whole crap about that they saw a transgender person in the dressing room or something.
Yeah, the LAPD is basically like that was a hoax. And for the LAPD to be on the side of trans people, you really got to fuck up, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Well, yeah, like was that person cuz it was all of course they had their phone up. You think it was just like a publicity stunt like to get on like get these YouTube conservative weirdos all riled and foamed?
I mean, not to sound like a harebrained conspiracy theorist, but like I legitimately think she might have been hired by like some kind of lobbying group like to cause a panic about the Equality Act or something.
Yeah.
Cuz like that's what they're like when they talk about it on Fox News, the first thing they talk about is the Equality Act. And yet no one's like ever like talked about the fact that it ended up being a hoax and the fact that, you know, at the anti-LGBT protests, a Proud Boy stabbed people. No one talks about that. They just talk about, you know, the evil women's ding-dongs.
Here's the thing though, like even if that wasn't a hoax, there was somebody who was really foamed up because they claimed that like they saw some nudity in a dressing room, right? Like we're gonna like discriminate against like a bunch of people just because one lunatic has a meltdown at a spa or something. Come on, that's not how it works. That's not how the world works.
This particular spa does in fact have an anti-discrimination policy too. So like if you want to cause a stir, maybe go to a less open spa. That's its own thing.
There you go.
But she was absolutely looking for trouble. She was trying to find a penis, and she didn't find one.
That thing, yeah, that video had a hoax written all over it, I have to say. Like, that thing did not add up right from the get-go for me.
Yeah.
I got weird vibes off it right away.
Yeah.
Well,
it's,
Go ahead, Kazoo. I'm so sorry. I interrupted you like a complete jerk and a creep.
No, it's fine. Go on.
Well, Kazoo, if unless you got anything else for us, I'm gonna have to give you the flush. Gonna have to give you the gunshot.
I'll give you one more thing.
Okay.
Which is, first of all, I told you last time I have a friend from New Zealand who also watches. Me and them are huge fans of Greg, believe it or not.
Whoa! Oh my god! You guys love Greg?
We
Of course
do.
I do. Of course I do, dude. It's the only good thing about the show.
Oh god, man.
Well,
like
no, I wouldn't go that far.
Rue Kazoo, like you know that when you encourage him, it's just gonna kind of build his lunacy up more.
Well, I mean, he's got a good leftist friend he can rely on, and maybe you can de-radicalize him.
All right, I'll work on him. He's pretty into like that video you were talking about. Like he watches that every morning to get pumped up. He's
what
like
a freak, man.
I know. He calls the lady who was filming that on her phone. He calls her like a brave soul. Like look at she's standing up against all these problems, and I'm like, oh, Greg. He falls for all that stuff. You know?
Unbelievable. Well, all he has to know is the truth, and, you know, he could turn around and be a good person at any time.
Yeah, it's just, you know, he's really, I don't want to say stupid, but he's just not the most curious guy. Like, he's kind of like in his ways, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know people like that, I do.
Well, Rue Kazoo, thanks for encouraging him, and then it's going to cause even more problems for me, so I appreciate it.
All right.
Love
See
you
later. Bye-bye.
Love you, Kazoo.
I love
Bye.
you.
Bye. That's a good person right there. Right?
I don't know. I wasn't listening, dude.
You don't listen to the show. You just like to chime in, right?
Well, I do whatever I want, dude. What are you? Who are you? Rockefeller or something?
What?
You know that guy. He was president or something.
No, that's not. You don't know what you're talking about again.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Then he walks away. There we go. Guys, don't forget, we also have I would say this is one of the biggest guests we've ever had. We had that guy Richard Wolff, cool guy. Kind of wish he was like my grandpa or something, because his wife seems cool too. Harriet Fraud. I was like, that'd be interesting if they were like, you go to like grandma and grandpa's house and they're like actually saying cool, interesting stuff, you know, instead of just like, you know, let's go to Panera Bread or whatever grandparents say. Oh, you know who we got to talk to?
What up, Tube?
Hey,
What's up, bro? Oh, yeah. What up, bro?
What are we doing?
Oh my God, lasagna!
Where am I?
Lasagna, you got some reverb?
Hey, where am I? Am I back? Am I here? Whew, are we okay?
Yeah, it sounds good. You sound pretty dramatic.
I'm sorry about that. I just got back from a strange trip. I apologize.
Wow, where were you?
I just got back from this dimension there. It was a dimension. It was not a dimension, but it was a place that the fellow there, Richard Nixon, was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Happened to just transcend. Just got back.
Man,
got a little information.
This seems like a real problem in the Discord. Is that like people like slip into dimensions or something? It's sort of like a quantum leap kind of situation or something. Is that make sense, Lasagna Tube?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, see, I've been doing a little investigating, so I was a little more. I was intentionally doing it, so I might have stumbled onto something. I don't know. I tell you what, Richard Nixon. I tell you what, this guy, they don't call him Tricky Dick for nothing. Actually, in the other universe, I believe they call him Sprinkler Rectum. I just got back. That's what they're telling me. But this guy,
God. Wow.
This
Jeez.
I tell you what, this guy.
Oh boy.
This guy over here, he's tanking my bets. I've got Pian over here sitting on 1 kilo of gray chew, and I'm over here, the comedian. What's going on? I think Richard Nixon is cheating. I honestly believe it's cheating. I think he should be disqualified.
Yeah, that guy Richard Nixon who calls in on the Discord, he claims that he's like an alternate version of Richard Nixon from a different dimension. But that's, you know, now that I think of it, that you brought this up, he's also competing in that Toilerette thing to win the romantic interest of this woman Chippy. Like, is that an unfair advantage to be like an interdimensional traveler and be in a bachelorette style competition?
He's already gone on multiple dates with her. Look how many universes he's affecting. I mean, come on.
That's, you know, I never put that together. The dude's claiming to be able to time travel or whatever, and surprise, surprise, he's the one who ends up going on a date with Chippy. Really sad stuff. Really sick stuff.
Your sponsors are not happy. We got Tampa Linens. We got Great Chew rotten in the aisles over here. I'm trying to push it. I'm trying to move it. Pian's waiting on it. And this guy's over here cheating us out of dollars.
Have you tried Grey Chew, Lasagna?
I dabble, but only in my time off. Only in my time off.
All right.
I don't like to do it while I'm on the clock. If I'm taking calls for RM or if I'm doing work for the mighty RM, I do not do it. Listen, I don't have a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
All right, Lasagna Tube, sounding pretty intense. Oh, I put him in the cancel corner. Whoops. Put him in the wrong Discord there. Yikes. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Guys, don't forget. I already said this like 40 times. Oh, by the way, man, oh man. Like, I put together this little documentary thing, which I'm going to try to do weekly, where it's kind of these in-depth looks at some interesting book. And I was like, this will be cool. This will be fun. Man, like, it's one of those things that, like, you're like, oh, this is a good idea. This, this is doable. But, oh, boy, that took way more work than I thought. Everything takes way more work than you think it will. Like, oh, I have an interesting idea. I'll do this. And then, like, 4 months later, you're, like, dying from doing this thing. I watched this is from Metal Brain. I watched Jordy Peterson, and when he talking about Disney movies, I cried. We both cried. He cried like a weak, crazy ding-dong, and I cried like a normal person. Yeah, if you're going to cry, do a good, tough cry. And then Greg says, I'm so glad I told RM to use the Camp Low sample. That was totally my idea. Is that right, Greg? Are you in the chat, dude?
I don't know, bro. Am I?
Okay. He's being cryptic and annoying.
You are, dude. Why don't you say that to my face, dude?
Yeah, you literally are standing right there. So technically, which that's weird that you're standing right off screen, but you call in on Discord. Chippy, are you there?
Yes.
Oh,
Hello.
What up,
No,
Chip?
no.
Chip, are we doing no Toilerette today, right? We're doing the it's going to be the finale on Wednesday, right?
Oh my God! Is it gonna be the finale? Am I gonna have to kick out 3 boys?
Actually,
Is that what you're saying?
That we can make it longer, but that might be interesting to just start chopping everybody.
Oh my God! I mean, oh,
Chippy,
it is about time, but it's you just have to let me know.
a lot of people are really shocked, and some are even disgusted that you went on this pretty much like secret sort of a scandalous date with the user. Let's just call him user Richard Nixon, or Discord user Richard Nixon.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, he's the one who was actually close by. I mean, if all the boys were close by, I would have gone on dates with them, but they're all far away. I mean,
that's
what am I supposed to do?
That's such an unfair advantage, Chippy.
It is pretty sick.
All right.
It is very sick.
Well, look, you can chop however many people you want, but I say this coming Wednesday, get to chopping on these fools, right?
We can do that. I can do that. I'll tell them. Because the last episode was going to be dramatic, and
Ooh.
I mean, I'll see, because I want it to be fair. So I'll let you know.
Are you catching feelings for any of these contestants?
Maybe.
Oh, Chip! Whoa, boy. Okay, we'll leave it there. Holy moly. The Toilerette's turning into a real thing. Could you imagine, like, you do this thing on this weird YouTube stream and Chippy ends up marrying whoever wins? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. And I feel like I would have to be invited to that wedding. Let's talk to a few more people here.
Oh my, it's me already.
Sammy Cedar's pause button, also known as Emmy. Let me say this.
Yes.
Can I give a little bit of a description of you? Can I do that?
Sure.
You have an energy of like someone who how can I put this? If you're at a backyard party, I feel like you would be kind of bringing it. You would be bringing it. You would be a little bit. You would be having a few drinks, but you would be bringing the party to life. Is that accurate?
I would say that's accurate.
I feel that.
Hey, I have the same question for you. I suspect that you were a class clown in school growing up.
I mean, I think I maybe went through a short period of that. I was
You weren't the kid in class that made everyone laugh. I could totally see that.
I mean,
just by the way you are now. No, I mean it in a good way.
No. I think that is a good thing. But I can't remember. I heard somebody saying, some comedian was saying this, that the class clown usually doesn't end up being a comedian because
that's true. That's true. Well, you're not a comedian.
Exactly. I'm definitely not. But like the class clown is like a whole different animal, right? The class clown is somebody who can like catch the vibe of high school or whatever grade it is and sort of ride that.
I mean, he's not necessarily like a popular kid.
Exactly.
He's just the kid that makes everyone laugh.
Yes.
In class.
Yes.
So was that you?
Definitely no, it was not me.
No, I don't believe you.
I'm trying to think. We didn't really have. Our class clowns were more just like obnoxious kids.
Yeah,
like, because that's
but it was funny at the time.
It was funny, yeah. We all loved it. It was like we wanted somebody to sort of. We wanted somebody to sort of subvert the entire classroom experience, and I think the class clown was. Somebody says I was the bully. I was definitely not. I didn't get ruthlessly bullied, but I definitely had my bullied moments. But I don't think I ever bullied anybody though. You know what I mean? I wish I would have. I don't think there was a lot of bullying going on in my school, but I would have liked to think, and I definitely would not have done this, but that I would like reach out to the bullies or like stand up, be like, "Don't bully them, leave them." But you know, that's like nobody ever really does that, you know?
Yeah, no. It's not like on TV or in the movies.
Get your hands off it, like, you know what I mean?
Get Ben Shapiro's head out of the toilet.
Get him at. I'm sure that one day he'll be a real productive member of society who will say really good progressive things. So get his head out of that toilet. And little did see that this is the problem, is that actually that like standing up for him was actually bad because it empowered him to do all this crap. You know what I mean?
Oh, awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Well, Emmy, what's going on with you?
Well, I wanted to call and just flex on my state because our state, I just read an article, we're the leading economy out of like all the states. And it's so fun. And it's so like through the pandemic. And it's so funny because, you know, these conservatives and stuff, they always go off. Like everybody's big bone of contention is the unemployment. And California has the highest, like what we get paid for unemployment is the highest. But that's also because our wages are the highest because the cost of living is so expensive, right?
Yeah.
But listen, Gavin Newsom, he approved the unemployment, and then we get the supplementary like federal and state together, right? So we get a pretty decent amount of money. And so you would think like these people, communism, oh my God, like how like according to their logic, we're supposed to fail. We're the leading economy in the country. We're the state that's leading, you know, I don't know how to say it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's a huge economy. It's like in terms of like just being a state, it's like a world economy, you know, because of Silicon Valley and all that crap.
Yeah,
and Hollywood and so on.
And my county specifically, Santa Clara County, which is in Northern California in the Bay Area, Santa Clara County and San Francisco County were like, and this is impressive for San Francisco because it's very densely populated. We were the first ones to smash the curve, like in the beginning.
Yeah.
Our COVID rates were always the lowest. Our county got like almost 100% back. Like we did everything right. My county is the one that starts out. But here's the thing. People are trying to recall Newsom, and it's so annoying because I signed the change.org petition to like not recall him, and now this fool hits up my cell phone like 3 times a day begging for donations.
Oh boy.
So that's really annoying. But I'm just like, people don't see the picture for what it really is. Like, we're the leading economy. We're doing the best in terms of like coronavirus and getting through. We're all like open back up to like full capacity. But somehow like Newsom deserves to be recalled. I mean, I know it wasn't all on him, but it's just crazy. And now now he's like a stage 5 clinger girlfriend in my inbox. Hit me up for donations.
Yeah, and I get a lot of those. Even from like Bernard Saunders, I still get like texts and emails that are like, hey, how are you? By the way, are you cool with giving us $5? Like it's never gonna end.
Even from time to time, Newsom I know it's not really him, it's his minions or whatever, but to entice people to donate, he sends like selfies, like these really corny selfies.
Oh boy.
It's so lame. And like it's funny because I always text back. I'm always like talking shit. I know it's just a bot I'm texting back to.
I love that. I love doing that. Yeah. I love doing.
It's
Actually,
so much fun.
you know what's weird? I think it might have actually been a Bernie thing, a Bernard thing. But I used to get texts that were like, "Hey, can you volunteer?" Da da da, and I would like reply with like something goofy, and then I would get an actual like person would reply and be like, "Oh shit, somebody's like responding to these." Damn.
Oh, I have yet to get a text because I've talked some mean shit. But at the same time, like, I don't want him recalled, you know? Like, I keep telling them, I'm like, dude, I'm going to vote against the recall, but you ain't getting my money.
Oh, yeah.
Go hit up your Hollywood friends.
All right. Well, Emmy,
wait,
good to hear from... Go ahead.
One more thing. No, I'm just saying. So Tom Segura is back touring.
Oh my God, you love Tom Segura.
Tom Segura. Well, listen to this. He just did a show with Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I have lots to say about that, but I'm gonna send you the pictures and stuff that the stuff I want to talk about. I'm gonna send it to your inbox, okay? So we can talk about it next time.
Send it over. Okay, I'll take a look.
All right.
Bye, Emmy.
Love you, RM.
Bye,
Love you, everybody.
She does have that vibe, right? Of like somebody you would meet at a party who's like, you're really having a good time. Who you just meet them, but they're like, you'll have a whole like fun conversation with them. You know what I mean? A true extrovert, I would say, natural extrovert. Who does RM call MAGA Tom Segura? It's that dude from who hangs. I don't know if he's still around, but it was some bearded guy who was on the Tim Pool live stream. His whole thing was to like chime in whenever something about like white people being oppressed comes up, he'll chime in. He'll chime that. That's his contribution to the show. Is that white people are having too many? They're just a victim. They're the biggest victims in MAGA Tom Segura's mind. Deacons, are you there?
Deacons.
Hey,
what's up? Hey, what up, Deacon?
Okay, don't do that.
And what's his name?
Deacon, do you want to talk to Greg?
Right. That's his name. Sure, yeah. Why not? Put him on.
Of course, my name. How could you forget my name? I'm like the greatest guy on the show.
Oh my God, this annoying guy.
Dude, calm down. You want to get it?
Get what?
You know what you'll get. You get this.
He's holding up his fist.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's what I'm dealing with.
Greg, I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm a R.M. Brown fan, right? I know who Stevie Nicks is,
come
but I don't
on,
know who her
dude.
drummer is, you know?
Oh, dude, come on. Be original. Be a Greg guy.
Okay. That's enough.
There are exactly 2 Greg people on the whole of the planet, and unfortunately, I am not one of them.
Yeah, there's some guy in the chat named Greg. I think it could be fake, but I think that might actually be Greg because he's saying a lot of borderline. He's putting out a lot of borderline content.
That better be Greg, or that's free clout. That's like, someone leeching off of your success. You can't have that.
I consider it a form of stolen valor, really, to be honest. For keeping it real,
it's very important you get all due praises for your content.
That's right. All due praises to Allah for your content.
Inshallah, yes, sir.
Well, Deacons, what do you got for us tonight? What is up? What's up? What up?
Well, I think you know me. I take you to task a little bit for when things get a little bit off track. Not to be mean or anything, but just to keep you honest and
true.
True. As a card-carrying producer, right? And if anyone is listening, you should become a producer.
Oh,
I
thank you.
appreciated the Patreon exclusive content, but I couldn't help but notice there was no usual free everyman show today in its usual time slot, and that's not okay. We can't be disrespecting the non-producers like that. We got to give the mendicants their content.
It's really becoming like a sort of elitist thing, right? Of like, oh, you're not a producer or you're not a patron, you don't get anything. You don't even get a crumb.
We're getting all this great content over on Patreon. Yep. It's such a great value. It's so worth spending the money to get. But for everybody else,
they basically get peed on, the rest of these people.
Exactly, they get flushed, but in the bad way, not in the good way.
Right, exactly. Like in a you know, a not fun way. You know what I mean? Because usually that's fun. Usually that's fun.
And you know how I try and see your side of things as well. And so just to kind of be a bit understanding, you know, are the other RM Brown fans, the RM Brown fam, are we giving you too much homework? Because I've been watching the show and I've seen people coming in being like, hey, RM Brown, did you watch that movie? Did you watch that show? Did you read that comic? And you're like, no. And like, are we just loading you down with too much good stuff, brother?
No,
I'm distracting you from your good works.
No, I totally like it. I really like it. I mean, one of my favorite things, one of my favorite YouTube things is that what's in my bag thing where people just show you crap that they're gonna buy. I honestly just like to hear people's suggestions. That doesn't mean I don't want to watch them, but it's fun, like hearing like, oh, I like this. Like that's part of the fun. The hardest part, I think, is going to be like the video game suggestions, because that's a real time investment, right?
So then why don't you do like a what's in your bag episode for us?
Yeah, maybe I should. But like when people give suggestions, it's almost like they're doing a what's in my bag. You know, it's like, this is what I like. You know what I mean? It's a reverse.
They're trying to get in your bag.
They're trying to get in my bag. Exactly. That's right. That's right.
Taking something out of their bag, putting it in your bag.
Exactly. It's like a rebagging situation. You know what I mean?
All right. And that, as we all know, is communism. So
yes, exactly. That's what Jamie Peck is talking about on her podcast. That's always behind a paywall. So now you don't need to.
It's exactly what Marcuse wrote about, you know.
Exactly. Well, Deacons, you're really like, you give me an ego boost, you know, whenever we talk, and I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you're liking this stuff. And you're right, these you know, what I call freeloaders, you know, these freeloaders, they need content too, right?
Well, it's like I was telling Chippy, you know, I try and here with a little bit of vinegar and then a little bit of sugar, so it's balanced, and then we can just all have a good night.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is, Deacons. Well, Deacons, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon, and love you, and bye-bye.
Flushing toilets.
I like the way he said that with that little flair. That was nice. Okay, guys, before we get to, remember, we got a big, I'm getting that like sweaty face. I don't know what's going on with me. It's just when you're doing a show this amazing and exciting, you start to get really sweaty, you know? I don't know if you guys experience that, but that's my experience, you know? Right?
What are you talking about, dude?
What's that attitude?
What are you talking about, dude?
Okay. Why are you, now you're just straight up like being rude.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Greg's acting like a sort of like angry 13-year-old. Somebody says Jamie Peck calls herself but has a podcast. Jamie Peck calls herself but has a podcast. I think you're trying to say Jamie Peck calls herself a communist but has a podcast. Hypocrite. You messed up the joke, but so did I, so there we go. Okay, guys, remember we got a very important guest coming on later. All of the guests are important, but you know, we got an even more, I would say, important guest. Slavoj Zizek is going to be on later, but before that, we got another famous person, Vadim.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. R.M. Brown?
What up,
Mr.
bro?
Rothmeat?
What up, homie? How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little worried because the last time, see, I feel like just by mentioning this like invites you to do it to me immediately. Uh-huh. So don't do it, you bastard. But the last time you just, it was very cold. You just cut me off real.
You gotta admit, he was asking for it. I'm just kidding, Vadim. I know. Keep going.
I know. It's all good, man. I wouldn't have called back in if I was legit angry at you.
You're fresh off a victory more victory of your very popular and highly viewed videos, right?
Yeah, I mean, are you talking about the perhaps the Elon Musk video that you happen to be in, sir?
Oh yeah, that one was looking like it was getting some pretty good views. If correct me if I'm wrong.
It got pretty good views. My whole channel has been kind of like a little like because I had not uploaded for a while, and that affects your standing in like the algorithm. So I like it's been doing okay, like close to 40,000 views at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd prefer somewhere in the realm of 100,000,
Mm-hmm.
a million.
Yeah.
I would
prefer that too. I would definitely prefer that as well.
I would like Mr. Elon Musk to respond.
Yes.
But
I want Elon and Grimes and that number baby to all respond to you.
But seriously, anyone who is watching right now, watch the rest of this broadcast because RM is an excellent entertainer, and that's what you're here for. But afterwards, go look up Hey It's Vadim, Elon Musk SNL. Behind the Muskaganda is the name of and you will not only see a fantastic takedown of Mr. Elon Musk, but you will see a guest voice performance, vocal performance from Mr. RM Brown himself.
That's right.
And you were fantastic. I'm not just saying that because I'm on your stream, but like you read this well, I'll a little spoilers here.
Porno thing.
It reads like gay Elon Musk fan porno.
Yeah, I meant to ask, is that real? Is all that stuff real? Is there?
It's real, but it's not actual fan porn. First of all, I think I did not know what to think of this writer before I found him, but I actually think he's hilarious and a legitimately good writer. I mean, we're not talking like, I don't know, Norman Mailer level writing, but it's really for surreal weird humor. It's actually good stuff.
He's doing a satirical thing, right? It's like a little goof.
And I have no problem whatsoever with like gay erotica, but the thing is that I wouldn't normally read it since I'm heterosexual, and I've read a couple of his books now, and I like the gay erotica parts, which they're actually, there's not that. It's just when they happen, they're just over the top and crazy. Like I'm gonna put this in a like. This isn't going to be not safe for work, but like in the Elon Musk book, he actually like he puts the planet of Mars in his butt. I mean, I don't know how else to say that.
That's pretty
good. And it's
very
it's hysterical stuff. It's just really weird as hell.
It sounds like, honestly, I kind of actually want to read it. I like the idea of people on Amazon just writing these like ebooks that are like total lunacy.
If you want to read that, I could send it to you. I could, because it's a short. It's short, so it like would probably take you like 20 minutes to read. But
wait, can I?
But my point is that your reading of it is so. It's not only like a great reading, like your voice sounds good, but it's so innocent that it just like I could not have picked a better person to read it. So thank you.
Yeah, of course.
You really enhanced the video.
It's weird listening to your voice because you're just like, oh my God, like I sound like that. Whenever I hear my voice, I'm like, wow, like if I heard that like in a conversation or I met a guy who had that voice, it would totally change my opinion of me as the other person. You know what I mean? Like you're just like,
I think that's a very normal human reaction. Like there's some actors who are out of the ordinary and really don't kind of fall into this category. But a lot of big actors, like for instance, Robert De Niro, I believe I read, like literally has never been able to watch any one of his films all the way through because he gets so embarrassed by it. And a story from my childhood.
Wait, hold on,
Yeah.
Vadim, could you
Yes.
imagine like Robert De Niro? He's like watching that scene in Taxi Driver where he's like, "You talking to me?" And he's just like, he's like, can't wait. He's like, "Oh my god, what an idiot! What a dork!"
Yeah.
Like he just thinks he thinks he's being so lame and such a nerd in that scene. So everybody else is watching that. They're like, "Wow, what a powerful actor!" He's like, "Oh my god, I can't look at this. And he's like looking through his finger. His like finger holes. He's like, "Oh god, what a dork."
That's exactly the way it is. And then like, there's other things that are like that. Like for instance, either Laurence Olivier or Anthony Hopkins, one of the two, both of them, I think Anthony Hopkins stopped doing stage at a certain point, but one of the two like literally could not step on stage without vomiting beforehand.
Yeah, I think people have said that about Peter Fonda, right? Like Peter Fonda would puke all the time before he would do stuff.
Okay, that's news to me, but that doesn't surprise me. I actually had a puking problem, but it was because I was playing a heroin addict in a play called Bombing Gilead, and so I would start like I had the scene where I had to come out like looking really strung out. So I would try and I was drinking coffee through the whole thing because they had actual coffee dispensers on the like set of the play that I was in. And so I would go backstage to look really fucked up, and I would make myself gag by putting my finger down my throat, and I would start. I wouldn't actually puke, but I'm sorry if this is getting really gross, but I would start gagging, and that would make me tear up, and it would make me look like really fucked up, and like so I'd come out on stage.
Yeah. That's method.
But
you got some little method acting right there.
But the thing is that I did that show for about 2 months, and after doing that for like a week, it's like my body was kind of trained, like without me even putting my finger down my throat. They had to have a bucket there for me because I would basically puke, and part of it was because of the fact that I was drinking all this coffee on the set and putting all of this like sugar into it. But
did you have any?
I would just preemptively puke before I went out on stage.
Did you have any pooping problems from all that coffee? Because that's a pretty common side effect as well.
Thankfully, I did not. At least none that like manifested like on stage. So I am proud to say that I've never pooped or peed myself in public.
Vadim, I don't know if you know about this, but I have a sort of a, let's just call it a strange audience, right? And it's a weird mix. And a lot of them are huge Jimmy Dore fans, apparently, like this guy Greg. And he says,
"Oh no,
this is what this is what he says. Listen to this. Get a load." To quote Jack Nicholson in some movie, "Get a load of this." Vadim has been talking smack about Jimmy Dore. What a sellout! Exclamation point. What do you have to say to this cretin in the chat?
Like what? Like that's the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard in my entire life, considering that this is a man who literally sucks up so hard, has done it numerous times. I mean, we could give a lot of a lot of different examples, but fucking Tucker Carlson, he's been on there 2-3 times. Each time that he's on there, he's not talking he's not talking like to him in any sort of like pushback kind of a way. He's not speaking truth to power. He's there to advance every single idea that he has. And I would like to think that this gentleman who is currently a Jimmy Dore fan will years from now have this, because I have so many like friends or people who have come to me who like, because back in the day, like in 2016, I had Dave Rubin's number. I knew that guy was,
you got
full
Rubes?
of shit.
You got Rube's number? Oh, I thought you meant like literally somebody gave you. Like, let's call him. Let's call him on Skype.
I don't mean I had it in my iPhone.
Oh.
I mean like I knew what he was about, and I knew that he like was a joke, and there were all these people who were like, no, he's like a real. This is what it truly is to be liberal. Yada yada yada, and years later, people realize. I mean, very few people still who actually call themselves left. I mean, practically no one will say like Dave Rubin is. I mean, that's a
Who
joke.
watches it? Who's watching that? Who's watching that stuff seriously? Like they're getting information from that. Can you profile that person? Is it just like older fossils
if they
or
were in?
What's going on here?
I would if they were in my sphere of influence, but I know not a single person who takes him seriously that would ever like actually have a conversation with me.
The only thing I could think of is that it's like Meemaws and Peepaws or something. Is that maybe that's just mean? I don't know. I can't picture anybody like see it's like whatever. It's 10 a.m. The new Rubin is uploaded. I got to get some information. And they're like sitting and they're like taking notes. You know, they're like, oh wow, that's a good point. Like who watch it? Like it's just brain garbage.
I completely agree. I'd like to speak very, very briefly again on Jimmy Dore, though. I'd anyone who is a legitimate fan, I beg you to really ask yourself what alternatives, what like genuine, feasible things that we can do as people does Jimmy Dore ever suggest? He never does.
Well,
he never does.
Vadim, I got a little I don't know if I've told you my theory on Jimmy Dore, but this is you tell me if I'm wrong here. Is that Jimmy Dore is basically Sam Cedar if you left him in a really hot car for 2 weeks and he melted and his brain kind of melted a lot? Does that make sense?
To some degree, yes. I mean, Sam Cedar is fantastic. And
I love him.
If you've never listened to their debate, it's fantastic. Like the amount of things.
Check that out.
Oh, you got to. It's amazing. The amount of things that Jimmy did, because this is like around 2016, 2017 we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of things that Jimmy gets catastrophically wrong about his predictions for the next few years and how harmless the Trump presidency was going to be and how supposedly it was going to be a cakewalk and they weren't going to be able to get any judges in, and I could go on and on and on. He gets everything wrong. I don't think that there's a thing that Cedar gets, is incorrect about at all. And he's just not. I mean, he's got a lot of like fight in him, but I think it's all like kind of just a lot of bark, very little actual bite.
We're following the clicks a little bit. It feels like to me, and that's a problemo that we are going to have to deal with as a society. Vadim, I'm going to have to flush you, but I will talk to you.
Yes. Wait. Just real quick. Can I say one last thing?
Shoot it out.
Get in touch, because I know I've said it before, but I do want to let's talk about maybe doing something together. I think it would be fun. Okay.
I love it. Vadim, I'll talk to you soon.
Love it too, and I love your audience. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Classic Vadim. Love to see it. Guys, we got some other good calls. I'm not even gonna take it. I'm not even gonna go there, girlfriend. I still say that. We got some really good calls lined up, but we have to talk to, without him, I don't know if this show would even be possible, really, or if it would even exist. But it's a little beautiful guy who we, kind of goof on every once in a while. On the line now, very interesting guy, a philosopher, Slavoj Zizek. Slavoj, are you there?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Your pitch is all weird.
What happened?
Okay. This is already off. Slav, can you hear me? Yes, thank you. Oh, that sounds so much better. That sounds much better. Hold on.
I think that he's like trying to be like Greg.
Okay, great. Yes, thank you very much for having me on the show. Okay, great. So Slavoy, you how do you call this? You one thing that you do is you kind of like break down popular movies. Is that true? Yes, this is one of my things that I do, one of my little bits that I do, yes. Okay. So you do these things that are like perverts guide to movies and films. Films. Yeah, films. And you break down the meaning behind these kind of like popular movies. So you're going to do that today for us because you finally saw Cruella. Is that right? Yes. This movie is a remake of the original film, which is called 100 Dogs. 100 Dogs? Yes, 100 Dogs. I think you mean, wait, 101 Dalmatians. Is that what you're... Well, what is that? That's the movie that Cruella is based on. It's a Disney movie called 101 Dalmatians. Okay, yes. This must be translation because in Slovenia, this film is called 100 Dogs. Okay. Okay, yeah, that must be a translation thing. I'm sorry about that. Yes, please. Can I do my thing now, or you want to talk whole time? No, go ahead, Slavoy. I'm sorry. Yes, okay. So if you remember, in Disney's 100 Dogs, there is old bad bitch lady. Bad bitch lady. Yes, the very bad bitch lady who wants catch 100 dogs to eat them. I don't think she was trying to eat. Like from what I remember, the Cruella de Vil was not trying to eat the dogs. She was just trying to like make a coat out of them or something. Slavoy, are you there? Do you want to do show by yourself or what? Okay, I'm sorry. You go ahead. This new film is radically different from 100 Dogs. In fact, they are no dogs in this film. No dogs in the film. In the film. No dogs. This new film represents a complete break in the reality of the dog's world. Okay. All right. These 100 dogs are now represented by a bald man driving his car fast and getting into various action scenes. And what we are seeing here is the inner world of the 100 dogs projected onto action bald man. Okay. Slav, something's off here. Wow. I don't want to cause any problems with your little review here, but are you sure that you watched Cruella? Yes, of course. Maybe you are not paying attention for the last 5 minutes, but that's what I am doing here. Okay, because you said there's a bald guy racing around in cars. It sounds like you saw the Fast and the Furious movie. To be honest, not to go against what you're saying, but it sounds like you saw Fast and the Furious 9. Yeah, I think you saw the wrong movie. This is truly sad what you are saying here, because in front of literally tens of people, you are saying how stupid I am. No, well, all right. I'm sorry, Slavoy, I'm sorry. Are you sure you saw the movie Cruella? Yes, look, I can tell you the whole process. I walk up to counter at the film theater and I said, one please for 100 dogs. There was some confusion for 10-15 minutes and blah, blah, blah. But eventually they gave me ticket. Okay, so they gave you a ticket, and did it say Cruella on the ticket? No, this is very strange part of this.
is that it just had the number of the theater on it.
Okay, and what was the number of the theater? What was that number?
F9.
Okay, yeah, you saw F9. You saw Fast and the Furious.
No, you did. You saw that.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Well, there we go. That's it. We left. Slav, are you still there? No, that's it. Wow. Wow, that was rough. He definitely saw the wrong movie. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, now presenting on the show. Now presenting Mary Kate.
Mary Kate. Mary Kate, are you there?
Yes, thank you.
That's a tough act to follow. One of the most, they call him the Elvis of, or something like that, of philosophy, Slavoj Zizek.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think happened there? It sounds like you saw the wrong movie.
No, I think any movie can be whatever you interpret it to be. So he saw his version of 100 Dogs. And frankly, I don't like your gatekeeping on this movie is this and this movie is that, RM.
Right.
I think you're being a little bit of a gatekeeper here.
I think that was the true message that he was trying to bring to us, was that any movie can be what you want. It's sort of a subjective experience, and I was kind of giving him a hard time about that. That was now I feel bad, Mary Kate.
Yeah,
now I feel bad.
He interpreted that as
stream canceled.
100 Dogs. You took that from him.
That's sort of weird that the Slovenian translation of 101 Dalmatian is just 100 dogs. Right?
No.
Pretty weird.
Pretty weird.
It is pretty. And somebody in your chat said, 100 dogs is a pretty big family. Am I right?
That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh boy.
Pretty big family, you guys.
That's a pretty big family. Well, Mary Kate, look, I already know what this is about. You want me to call? I owe you money, and you want me to cough it up,
do.
right?
Yeah, you owe me $504.50 now with the donations that have been this is for Mary Kate. It's gone up to $504.50, and on behalf of some suggestions I've gotten from people in the server, I think I might have to start charging you interest. So
I thought that's what the $4 and change was, is that you were putting juice on this thing.
No, somebody donated $2 and somebody donated $2.50 last time, and they were like, "This is for Mary Kate," and you just stuffed that in your pockets.
Yes,
sicko.
yes. Or what I should start doing is figuring out a way to censor the donation, so it's it says "Give this to Mary Kate," and you see that for a second, and then it disappears, like I deleted it or something, so you can't see it.
You guys hear this, sick freak? God, it's disgusting.
That sounds normal. That sounds like pretty good business.
I think Greg works for the collection agency that's coming after me.
Greg, actually, his dream, you know how people have a dream, a dream that I'll whatever, start a band or open a small bakery. Greg's dream is to open a check cashing store in a low income neighborhood, he says.
Oh God.
Yeah. It's troubling. The whole thing
he's a problematic man.
He's problematic is the way to describe him. But anyway, look, Mary Kate, you know that a thing happens where you come in, you have interesting things to talk about, and I just sort of start, just sort of flapping my trap. You know what I mean? So what's going on? What do you have for us for this program with these dear listeners?
No.
I don't have a ton today, but the only thing I can think is I took a nap earlier because I quit my job. And yes, I quit my job again because it was a terrible job. And
did you quit this job in a very dramatic way or a reserved kind of way?
I did. Okay. Do we need to go into this? But okay, this has never happened to me before, but my manager made me cry at work. She was really bad. And there's only so much I will take. Mm-hmm. And then I started throwing up at work last night, as I do. And I told her I was sick. I'm like, I just threw up. And I had other symptoms as well that are a little bit, that we don't need to talk about here on the show, but let's just say they weren't pretty. Okay.
Wow.
And she said, well, I don't care, you have to stay here. And I work at a freaking retail store, okay? Like, she'll be fine if I leave. And she's like, well, I don't care, you have to stay.
Oh boy.
And that was kind of the last straw for me.
Jeez.
And I yeeted out of there, so I had free time to take a nap today. And in my dream, I was talking to you, but it was like in person. And I was doing like really, really bad stand-up. But you and me, we thought it was like the funniest shit ever. I was saying the dumbest stuff. I was
this might be the show. You might be just describing this show.
Oh, well, hot damn. That's some rich. That's, you got some nerve saying that when you owe me $504.50.
Well, hey, I'm just talking about the me part, Mary Kate. Of course you're funny. But I'm only speaking for myself. But go ahead there, Mary Kate.
I was just like, what's up with Los Angeles? Like, you know, everyone pictures it being this big urban area and it's just a spread out desert. And then we both started laughing our heads off. And in the dream, I was like, oh my God, I should go into stand up. I am so funny. And then I woke up and I was just like, this is what I've become. This is what working a full-time job has done to me. I found that funny in this hypothetical dream world. So that's all I've really got for you.
Mary Kate, that's pretty good. What are you gonna do? You sort of you quit this job on a sort of I would say it sounds like a correct impulse. What are you gonna do now? You're gonna try to find another job? You're gonna just do what people do in the chat, which is get into some kind of money laundering thing? What's your plan? What's your future plan, star of the show, Mary Kate?
I'm definitely interested in this money laundering thing. If anyone has connections, please hook me up. But honestly, I'm thinking that there's this weird guy in Texas and he owes me money.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking of maybe like charging him enough interest to live for a few months, and eventually I can send the mafia after him. He'll have to cough it up.
That's sort of thinking, that's a good business model. Is just sort of it's like basically the mob model of like, hey, look, give me the money and there'll be no problems kind of thing.
Yes, we Italians, we have a name for it, and that's called the mob model. And it's a really sustainable business model.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would recommend it if you guys are in a situation where you're kind of low on funds. I definitely recommend the mob model. Find people who maybe, you bought a soda for 10 years ago, and tell them to cough it up. And if they don't, you start accruing that interest. It's actually a really great business. This is okay. I know that I wasn't supposed to say this, but I learned this in RM's hustle class. This was a super bonus video that you had to pay some extra bones to get. But the mob model is actually part of that, and I learned it from this. But I'm sorry to give away your tip. I know it was like super top secret, but
it's one of the highest growing sectors in our economy is just threatening people for money, forcing people to give you money. And if they don't, and if you don't, you say to them, there'll be some problems. We wouldn't like for this for your nice house to catch on fire or whatever. That's one of the highest growing sectors. It's a growth area of our economy that I'm really proud of and happy for.
Yes, get that bread, kings and queens. This is how we do it.
Kings and queens saying, rise and grind, hustle. Love you, Mary Kate. I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Good. I like that. Like Mary Kate giving some very it's good to keep tabs on like Mary Kate, what's going on in Mary Kate's life, I'm going to quit my job. Sounds like that job sucked. So glad tell them to stick it. Those people take this job and shove it. Say that. They're like, isn't that a song? And they're like, yeah, that's what I was singing. I was just singing. I want to keep the job. I know this guy, Greg, that works in banking in Miami. Oh, man. Greg?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that you?
Definitely the Miami stuff. Hell yeah, that's my place, dude. South Beach.
Okay. Weirdo. Let's read some of these chats. What these fools got to say. Of course, Squid for hire, Squid for hire, Squid for hire, Squid for hire. Thank you. You get this, Squid for hire.
Female pleasure.
Could you guys believe that that horrible Ben Shapiro book? What's it called again? What's that book called again? He really does have a new book. The Authoritarian Moment. Why bullies shove people in lockers and what you can do about it. Oh my God. That's so sad. Those people at the Daily Wire just shoving that boy into those lockers. That's sick. Let's talk to oh, we gotta talk. J-Bone, are you there?
Yo.
What up, Bone?
Hey, man.
Sorry about that, J-Bone. What up, Bone?
That's all right. Greg, let's talk about awkward party behavior. I've seen no one address that subject tonight. Disappointed.
I gotta be honest, Bone. I forgot to change that or come up with new topics. So if anybody wants to talk about these topics, awkward party behavior or video games we should be playing, go ahead. But Bone, you got an awkward party behavior. Please fire away.
Well, Greg knows what I'm talking about. It's the time back in 2007 at Greg and Buster's when me, Greg, and Zizek got caught snorting key bumps in the bathroom stall.
Oh, at Greg and Buster's?
At Greg and Buster's. It was staff appreciation party for the company we all work for.
Oh.
Zizek was the guest speaker. Greg's like, let's party.
I'm trying to imagine what Zizek's speech would be about at like a
it was good
arcade.
to go. We got all our bumps in the stall, but then Zizek starts talking about like the 1990 classic Days of Thunder.
Oh God, he loves that movie.
He goes off. He goes off. Yeah.
He goes really off on like analyzing that movie and Tom Cruise as this archetype and all this stuff. He loves that movie.
Tom Cruise was basically Stalin.
Right.
David Bowie.
Yep.
David Bowie, who was the rival stock car driver. He's like Tito.
Yep.
You know, and they're kind of battling it out.
Yep.
Back and forth. And then like 20 minutes go by, and then, some of my coworkers caught us in there. It's pretty awkward.
That is pretty awkward. I gotta say, though, it's weird that Days of Thunder is Zizek's like Animal Farm, right?
His Brave New World.
It's like his Brave New World, exactly. Well, I'm sorry, you guys got caught. Did you get fired? Like, are you like Mary Kate? Like, you're jobless now?
Yeah, I found a new one. They hired me at Dave and Buster's because they were like, hey, you're the type of material we could use.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if you worked at Greg and Buster's. Somebody's talking about FX2. Did we talk about Wow, that's weird. Somebody's talking about FX2, the movie.
Holy yeah, I remember that movie.
Was I?
It was the guy from he's an English actor. He's kind of like Michael Caine, but he's not Michael Caine.
Brian,
he's the Michael Caine doppelganger.
You're thinking of Brian Brown.
Okay, yeah.
And Brian Brown and Brian Dennehy, I think, were in that movie. And I gotta say, let's do this as a a little like assignment or whatever. Let's all watch FX2. Let's see if it holds up, because when that movie came out in the 90s or whatever, and I was a kid and I was watching it, I was like, this is the greatest movie ever made. They're never going to top this. It's like about a special effects guy with all these explosions and crap. I want to see if it holds up at all, that movie.
I think it's 80s territory.
It might even be 80s. It might even definitely if FX1 might be 80s. I'm not sure about 2. Not sure about 2. Not sure about 2 though. Well, J-Bone, you got anything else for us? What else? You got fired. You got a new job. What else is going on?
Everything's pretty good. Right. Jimmy Dore, he's a jack. He's a jack. I don't want to cuss.
Seems like
jack, ASS.
Seems like a bit of an opportunist.
Yeah, a bit of an opportunist. But all that stuff doesn't really interest me,
Yeah, I got.
Maybe I'm like Kyle Kalinske and just want to.
I'll listen to
pizza a chance.
Every once in a while, I'll listen to a Kalinske thing, but I've listened to probably like 30 minutes total of Jimmy Dore, and I'm just like, I guess he's pretty loud, so I guess there's that. There's the yelling aspect to it. I just don't get why anybody would watch. Why anybody would watch some of this stuff. It's sort of like the Dave Rubin, you know?
He's got this guy that does great voice work.
Yeah.
I think he's out of Austin, Mike McRae or whatever, and he does like his Mitt Romney impersonations.
Yeah. Right.
That's
right,
how
right.
I first found Jimmy. You know?
Ah, okay.
But it's not about who you follow. It's all, you know, we got to, you know, find the policies, figure out the best way forward.
Yeah, I agree, but there was some dude in there. I don't know if I think I said this on the last stream. Who was like, what's this guy saying about Jimmy Dore? Like, there's people who are like, they've crossed over totally. They've crossed over into just that like online. Their online friends are their like family or something who they need to defend to the death.
And the stuff Jimmy said about, like, what's her name, Anna from Jacobin or the Young Turks, where he's like, she's dressing sexy in the workforce. I mean, that was really cringe.
Yeah.
And you see, like, I don't know if you've seen the video, but, like, Max Blumenthal comes on, and you can just see it in his face. He's like, what the
Oh,
did
yeah,
I just
yeah.
listen to?
Right.
We encourage everyone at the Gray Zone to dress however they want. You know?
All right.
God.
All right, J-Bone.
All right, RM, thanks for having me, man.
Love you. Talk to you later. What a good guy J-Bone is. J-Bone's like P, a classic good guy. What we call a classic good guy. It is disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Yeah, okay, back to this thing. Guys, I know a lot of people in this audience, you do some kind of creative thing, right? You're doing a book, you're writing your manga, you know? You're doing your 4-hour Andy Warhol style film or whatever, 10-hour Andy Warhol film. Like, I gotta say, like, I'm gonna keep doing these like little documentaries, but man, it is doing creative things always takes longer and is always harder than you think it's going to be. So you got to be a mother effing like military person about this stuff. If you want to be like a consistent creative output person, you have to give up what I really like doing, which is just being like a general slob and like, oh, I'll wake up at like, I don't know, 4 p.m. and I'll go, big day. Gotta go get coffee. That's at least an hour right there. And then I'll go and like look around. Just looking around, that's 4 hours. Then go back to sleep. But if you want to do creative stuff, it's a little bit more, you gotta be really tough on yourself and not let any effing around going on, because you'll find yourself up late at night trying to like squeeze something and the project too, you know? Donnie, are you there?
Yo, I am here.
Donnie!
Yo! Just very quick, I thought I'd bring attention to a very good Tim Pool video title that got recommended to me. Am I allowed to read this out?
Let's say this first. Tim Pool's titles are so funny. Like
they are great.
He should win an award just for these titles. They're hilarious. They're always hilarious. But go ahead, Donovan.
Manga is an all caps incredible art form. All caps far superior to typical American comics.
Far superior to typical American comics.
This is like a weird narratives I see like right wingers saying right now, and it's all the same shit. It's like manga's winning because it's not woke. It's like, have you read a manga, dude?
I like the idea. That's a very simpleton's idea too, that a format is superior to another. This is superior now.
It's superior because it has big boobs.
Yeah.
And there's no politics.
I get, and like, of course, there are mangas with politics, so it's just like...
Oh, most of them.
Yeah. So he's just...
like, if you've ever read one.
He's doing a simpleton's take that doesn't even make sense by the standards of a simpleton.
Yeah, they always mention One Piece, which is very funny as a One Piece fan, because first off, current One Piece arc right now has 2 trans characters in it that
Oh,
are
boy.
actually written well. And second off, one of the main plot components of One Piece are that there are world nobles that own slaves and can do whatever they want. And they have the entire military at their whim, and they wear big bubbles over their heads because they don't want to breathe the same air as commoners. It's like, this is so on the nose. What are you talking about?
You know, yeah,
It's
but
so
couldn't you imagine? Look, this
no
is the thing.
politics, though. No politics.
No politics. This is the thing that's like, Tim Pool is weirdly endearing because I do think that he is like a very simple guy, and I could see him. I could see him reading that and just like it going right past him, like all of that stuff. He's just like, oh,
they'll always say shit like, well, people don't wear bubbles on their head in the real world. Like, yeah, it's a fucking metaphor.
Right. It's what
are you talking about?
Exactly. It's just like they just see whatever they want to see in this stuff. I think.
Yeah, exactly. They don't see it. Like, I remember, this is so funny. I was watching some Fox News bit about the dumbass Captain America shit or whatever, and the guy said, well, they might as well change Captain America's outfit. And it's like, one of the most famous Captain America stories involves him becoming disillusioned with the American government after Watergate and changing his outfit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, all that stuff's gonna
change
get
his outfit.
Anything subtle is gonna get lost on these poor souls. I was gonna ask you, is this One Piece good? That's so weird that you brought this up because I was going to. I mean, first of all, because I remember laughing out loud at that thumbnail of Tim Pool, like literally, like like how does he do it? But also, I've been looking for. I want to kind of read a good manga. Is that one good?
Yeah. One Piece is good, but definitely go for the manga over the anime. Because with the anime, A, there's so much filler, and B, they have to pace shit really, really slow so they don't catch up with the manga.
If somebody says the only good manga is SpongeBob SquarePants, what do you think of that?
I agree. No,
I agree.
Right now, being a manga fan sucks, because like, manga scalpers are in huge right now. There's like a bunch of new manga I really like. Chainsaw Man is one of them. No copies of Chainsaw Man anywhere. You can't.
They
find
buy them all up.
Scalpers just
These
pick them up
lunatics
immediately. Yeah, and they resell them for God knows how much on eBay.
Is this just gonna happen with everything, like the graphics
Everything
cards,
now.
Until we go into a store?
Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I bought
Speaking
up
of that,
I bought up all the vegetables and the potatoes and the rice.
Did you see this Twitch gambling stuff? This shit is like beyond parody. It's so funny.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's so weird for that because that's been going on
All
for
the
a long
thumbnails
time.
are them doing like big pog faces, like I wanted a slot machine.
Phase
and the
rug.
audience are all 15-year-olds.
They're all exact. That's the creepy thing with all the Bitcoin.
How many teenagers are just going to become complete gambling addicts because of this? That's scary.
No, they're all going to be gambling addicts and like lose their asses on the crypto scams.
Exactly,
too.
Crypto scams. Because like they're all getting sponsored by the companies too. I was looking into shit. They were getting offered. Some streamers were getting offered like $35,000 an hour for every hour they streamed slot machines. It's like, what?
Holy moly! Jeez!
Like, holy shit! What are you doing?
Well, wait.
That is such insanity.
I'm gonna have to flush you soon, Donovan. But before we go, give us the top 3 mangas of all time.
Oh, that's so fucking tough.
Gun to your head.
Okay. I haven't finished Berserk yet, but I feel like once I'm done with that, that's definitely going to be up there. I've really loved it so far.
Okay, Berserk.
I have to say, fuck. Don't count Berserk. That's going to be there, but not yet.
Okay.
I really love JoJo's. That was my first anime love, I have to say.
That's your
JoJo's
first,
Bizarre
huh?
Adventure. Not technically my first. I liked anime a lot in middle school, and then kind of found it cringe for a while because I associated it with my cringe middle school self. And
is
then,
JoJo's an anime or is that a manga too?
Both.
Okay, it's both.
Anime that's adapted from a manga.
Got it. Okay.
But I love both. They're both great.
All right.
Fuck, I really cannot choose between Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho. They're both great for different reasons.
Okay.
And I feel like, fuck. Chainsaw Man isn't done yet, but if that goes the way it goes, it could be up there. But I feel like I have to say One Piece because One Piece is so consistent.
Okay.
It's not always peak, but it's just always so fun to read. Like every week it comes out, I'm always so excited to read the new chapter. It's a really fun feeling to have like an ongoing manga like that.
Metal Brain gives a very, I would say, lazy quote. He puts, "Dude, just watch Vampire Hunter D and Akira. You don't have to read." He's like, why would you read? Why would you read? You gotta read. And then
that's really funny because the Akira manga is like totally different from the movie.
Yeah, I would say
a lot of people like it more. Apparently, I haven't read it yet though. I've only seen the movie.
From what I've read, I think I've read like the first 3 of those books. Is that I think it's way better.
I actually watched a movie recently, which is rare.
What is it?
I watched The Big Lebowski for the first time. It was really fun.
And
I liked it a lot. The only other Coen Brothers thing I've seen is I watched like the first 30 minutes of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Mm-hmm. And I liked it, but it wasn't gripping me that much. But Big Lebowski just gripped me right away. It was so fun.
Hell yeah! Last
Fun
question.
ride.
You gonna watch any of these cough drops? Have you heard about these cough drop movies?
I don't know. Those movies always feel like they're so sad that there's a bunch of movies that I want to watch, but I know they're so sad they're gonna ruin the rest of my day. Like Grave of the Fireflies, I know I have to watch that, but every time I sit down, I'm like, I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm like, do I want to ruin the rest of my day by watching this movie? I don't think so.
All right, well, Donovan, there you go. Don't watch sad movies. Watch.
Don't watch sad movies.
Watch Berserk.
Watch Lupin the Third movies. No, don't watch Berserk.
Watch.
You don't want to be sad.
Berserk's a sad one. Okay, watch Initial D.
Yeah.
JoJo's, and is Chainsaw Man sad?
Kinda.
Okay,
but it's fun. It's also fun. So.
All right. Donnie gets the flush. Bye. Guys, we got a couple minutes left in our program. How about that Slavoj Žižek interview? Man, he's kind of out of control. If he can't even figure out how to walk into the correct movie, you know what I mean?
He's cool though. I like that guy.
Oh, you like Slavoj?
Yeah, dude. I watch all those lectures.
You seem like you're like a Steven Crowder fan and all that, but you also like Slavoj Žižek?
Yeah, dude. He's funny. He does all those jokes that are like, he's like, he'll be like, oh, like Stalin is like whatever.
Yeah, Stalin is like a whatever.
Yep, I like that kind of jokes.
Okay.
I like the jokes that he does where he'll like say the F word or whatever.
Yeah, I like that too. Very good. Very good, Greg. Do you actually learn anything from any of his lectures?
I don't know. Half the time I can't understand. I put on the subtitles or whatever, but then I just kind of walk out of the room, you know?
Very good. Very good. You know what? Actually, this is crazy. But I think we might actually have this is crazy, but we might have another guest. Elon's?
My name is
X X dash dash 0.
My flash name is X. You may call me X.
Okay, hi X. How are you?
I have a problem.
What is it?
To deter what you do not understand. I am the Boring Company.
Oh my God.
We can move ourselves away from the putrid source of filth. No more shall you have to bear witness to feces, urine, and feces upon the public transit. You may be alone, or you may take the ones you love. At the end of the day, you were above when you were below.
Wait, X, what? So you're saying that the big problem with public transit is that it's covered in urine and feces, you said?
Urine and feces.
Urine and feces.
Urine and feces.
Okay, so you like Elon Musk, you're disgusted by public transport. You think that it's filled with disgusting creeps.
Indeed.
Oh my
I
God.
am the brainchild of X. I am the first of Neuralink. And I shall not be the last.
Oh my God! So you're like what? How does this work? You're somebody's like you're like a singularity type of thing or something. What is this? What are you?
I was born 2 Earth years ago by the names Grimes and Elon Musk.
I see.
I have been placed in control of the Boring Company with my Neuralink chip. I can see the future. I have known every day since the dawn of this planet. I can calculate the universe's end. And you are not very smart, I shall say. I'm smarter than you.
Are you so? Wait, are you? So you're like a little baby connected to a Neuralink?
In the flesh, I am a child.
A little baby. Can we just?
I am eternal.
Can we just say little bit? I mean, you're a little baby, right?
I don't like that term. I don't like that term.
Okay, child. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Child. Sorry.
I have the mental capacity to rule the universe. 5 years of the Boring Company. I will have non-flesh bodies. We shall purge this rancid earth of flesh and organosity.
Wow. Can I just ask you? Oh my God! Wow. Whoa. Your voice is really terrifying. This is what the Neuralink voice sounds like?
My voice mod will open and it's stuck on this voice. You're supposed to be a bit scarier, but this'll work for now.
It's supposed to be even scarier than this? No, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I didn't mean any disrespect by that. I think your voice sounds fine.
There's a purpose to the vacuum tube. If we can make it work underground, then with no oxygen in space, we'll be able to move indefinitely. I'll be able to push us beyond the limit of light.
Well, X, can I ask you a question? A lot of people are concerned. A lot of people are concerned about the safety of these. So you're controlling the Boring Company. A lot of people are concerned about the safety. Like you're driving these cars around there, and sometimes, these cars catch on fire. Aren't you at all concerned about these people being stuck in a tunnel underground, catching on fire?
In the short term, yes. In the long term, we need to look past the walls of the eukaryotic cells. We need a membrane. We may pursue life beyond skin and bone.
Are you powering down right now?
I have a 10 a.m. shift at the Boring Company tomorrow.
Wow. Jeez. That was disturbing. Man, if that's the future of transportation right there. There you go. I'm pretty excited about it. Boy, oh boy. I just wanted to remind everybody, if you get the chance, if you have the extra money, get Ben Shapiro's new book, The Authoritarian Moment. Why Bullies Shove People into Lockers and What You Can Do About It. Let's read it. Let's read that. I mean, let's just go back. Let's go back and just revisit one of these passages. This is my favorite. Another bully in my own life is, let's just call him Matt Balsh, who thinks just because he has a beard, he's the best. I don't want to call a dude out, but every day when I'm eating my fruit cup in the Daily Wire break room, Balsh comes by and asks if I like the beard hair he placed in my delicious fruit cup. When I start swinging, he does the cartoon head restraint. Man. Just had to reread that because we need to have empathy for these YouTubers. You know what I mean? The authoritarian moment. Why bullies shove people in lockers and what you can do about it. Oh no, I forgot. Jungle Jade, are you there?
Jungle Jade?
Oh my god, jeez. Jungle Jade, are you there? Jungle Jade, going once, going twice. Goodbye. Oh, I think.
Richard Nixon, you dirty dog!
Greg.
Hey, he's been saying, after you went on that date with Chippy, he's been saying all this stuff like, oh, that dirty dog. Like, he's like doing that thing that like annoying people do where they're like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? And let's just say this.
Look, like,
Go ahead, Richard.
Oh, sorry, did you say something?
Go ahead.
Can I
Go
hear?
ahead. Go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh. No. I was just making sure there weren't tech issues because you cut out for just like a split second. And I was like, what? No. What was he saying?
Well, excuse me, Mr. Richard Nixon, but he was like I was saying. like I was saying. No, he was just giving he was giving you a hard time that you seem to have kind of just like leapfrogged over the entire toilet and just like you're just hanging with Chip. That's what he was talking about, Greg.
Well, I mean, what can I say? Geography wins wars, you know.
That's what it is. The geography worked out, but I'm glad to hear it. I like the toilet. I'm glad it's sort of like turning into a real thing, you know?
Oh yeah, no, I'm excited to see Colin be on the next season, be the toilet of next season.
Oh, that might be good. That might be pretty good. That might be real good. Maybe
I'm excited.
Maybe get.
I'm not going to compete, but I'm excited to see how it goes.
There's a couple people I've reached out to. Slavoj Zizek wants to be on.
Oh.
Richard Wolf, even though he's married, he's going to be a contestant.
He's just going to be there for the fun times and making pee-pee on socialism.
Exactly. It is disgusting. That's what he'll say to all the other contestants.
Speaking of Richard Wolf, this actually does tie into my plot. And tell me when I'm like running out of time because I want to do my intro bit, but
fire away. Fire away. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't have a video game suggestion, but in honor of Bookablega,
yes,
I've got a book suggestion.
Oh, beautiful. Let's hear it.
But, one last thing. Do you like, is Bookablega going to be only like cringy certain kind of books, or is it going to be like just a total any genre book club where it's
anything goes?
Now let's read Nicholas Sparks this week.
Yeah, anything goes. Anything goes.
Okay, I was just wondering if it was going to be like we've got a certain theme going with it.
No way. Whatever you think is going to go do it, then that's what we'll get to it. That's the old saying.
Okay. The book I've been reading because I'm at the beach right now is Ecotopia by Ernest Callenbach, and it is a very good novel if you like stuff that doesn't just go with like the usual way sci-fi trods, because it's all written from the perspective of like a reporter traveling to Ecotopia, which is like the West Coast seceding from America and then being its own thing. So it's like all his little asides and like things he witnesses and stuff because he's a reporter being like a diplomatic mission.
So this is like a utopia. It's not a dystopia. It's a utopia.
Yeah, it's pretty utopian because it's basically like NorCal, Oregon, and Washington secede. And then it's kind of like a 20 years after that where it's like they've built stable state economic measures and all this kind of stuff. And it's like they're doing a lot of things that it's like they've basically gotten rid of all of our wasteful tendencies of society. And it's been big societal change from that kind of like hard cutoff, because there's like a rumor. This is like in the first page, so it's not a big spoiler. But there's a rumor of like why we haven't just invaded them again is they've lined the Rockies with like nuclear mines as a defensive kind of thing.
Oh boy. Wow.
So it's kind of like a scorched earth policy if we try to get them. So that's like, and it's just like, they're defending themselves because it's a nice place. That's what I'm like getting at here.
Is this is this a readable book? Is this is this a page turner, as they call it?
I would say it's a page turner. because it's written in that journalistic style. Because Callenbach, the author, was like he was kind of like a journalist in his time in college and like doing graduate school afterwards when he was kind of writing this, if I remember right. So he writes it with like very good journalistic style, and it's like in the way of like the characters' notes basically for a lot of it.
I like that. It's sort of like
I like it as a style because
a Watchmen kind of situation. I like that.
Almost, because in essence, it's basically like those kind of like lore books you get for different big universe kind of stuff.
Yep.
Where it's like, oh, this is a mountain of Star Wars facts. Like every character in the cantina from the original scene has their own full life story listed here.
I like this. All right.
I've always been a fan of that kind of fiction.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to figure out like, how do you basically do a giant exposition dump without making the audience realize? And that's kind of what this book is. And it's a masterclass in info dumping without making you think about it.
It's a world building kind of thing.
Yeah, because it's kind of like world building, but it's like you're being introduced to it by a guy who's also learning about the new things as he goes, because he's the like first American seeing Ecotopia after 2 decades.
Okay. I like that. I like the idea of him being a journalist.
And there's a lot of cool bits about like the economy and everything, and like how it's drastically different. A lot of stuff I think is like pretty interesting to read for anyone that's like, they say they're a socialist and then they haven't, like, they're only into like deep Marx political theory and not anything kind of recent, It's like, it's a good entryway into that kind of stuff. Like if you don't want to read a Richard Wolff book, it's like there's kind of some of the same themes there with certain things, but it's also drastically different because it's got its own agenda for the government there.
Hell yeah. All right. I'm going to check it out. Ecotopia.
All right. Don't flush me. Don't flush me because I got my intro bit. That's now the exit bit.
Do it.
All right. I've been at the beach all week. And have you ever been to the beach in Texas?
Yes.
All right. I'm in the Corpus Christi area right now, if that gives any indication of the kind of people I'm running into right now. Some would say the Florida of Texas. That's what Corpus Christi is.
I've heard that, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So now, as my exit, I give you the terrible combination of Jimmy Buffett songs.
Richard Nixon, are you there? I can't hear you.
I was just making sure because you didn't say anything. Okay. Cheeseburger in paradise. Blah, 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 blah. It's time for me to go, but wait. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. If I see another Trump flag, I'm gonna scream a bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Richard Nixon. And he flushed himself. Can I get Richard Wolff to deliver his wonderful shouting vocals on the audio version? Richard Wolff peddles surface simple marks. If it's as tough read for you, oh boy. Best movie ever is Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare in 3D. I remember that movie. I remember too, I went to see... I don't know why I thought this was like such a big movie moment, but I saw that Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which was like a twist on the Freddy's thing. And I was like, this movie's not as good as the first one. Let me just say that. By the way, thank you, Matt Randazzo. Matt Randazzo. He says, I got a movie for you. Jean de Floretta. Jean de Florette and its sequel, Manon de Soiree. Manon de Soirées. I'll look it up, Matt Randazzo. Thank you. Squid for hire. Thank you. Squid for hire. Thank you. And you also get the Camp Low.
Female pleasure.
My top 5 movies. This is from Optimus Prime Rib, a top commenter and a top Discorder. My top 5 movies are Saw 2. No, here's his top 5 movies: Saw 2, Saw 1, Saw 3D, Saw 6, and Saw 3. Very good. Good for you. Good for you. All right, guys, we got to wrap it up. Wrap it the F up soon. Kooky, are you there? Kooky, are you with us?
We're right here with you. Hey, hey, hey.
What up, Kook?
What up, RM? How you been? How you doing? Oh, sorry.
What up, Cookie? Hi, Cookie. How
Gotta
are
get
you?
a thing out of the way. Was formally requested to make a comment on Toilerette, even though I've never seen it. So where's my script? Richard Nixon is a dork.
Whoa!
That did not come from me.
Whoa!
That came directly from some of the people who are bullying us in the green room. I swear, it's.
Is there bullying going on the way that
it's
that Ben Shapiro seems to be getting bullied over at the Daily Wire,
yeah,
according to his book?
Hairs in the fruit cups.
Ooh! That's
Hairs
sick.
Those are naughty thoughts. Those are naughty thoughts.
Oh my god!
So I don't know if this is stepping on a topic you were wanting to do a video on, but have you checked out the new PragerU drop?
No, what is it?
It's about who really cares about voter rights, Georgia's ID law.
Oh. And let me take a
Yeah.
wild guess. They really love the voter ID law.
Oh, they're big fans. Can you guess who they got? Because the guest speakers are always my favorite.
Like an actual zombie.
Close. Hans von Spakovsky.
Hans von Spakovsky?
You know him?
Who the hell is that? Hans?
He is basically one of the heads of the Heritage Foundation.
Mm.
And he was like George Bush's go-to guy for civil rights and immigration, if that tells you anything.
Oh my god, I love it. Cool name.
Couple that with
can we at least give it up for his name, Han von Spakovsky?
He sounds like a damn it, I have his name.
A vampire.
Dude, he sounds like a character played by a guy who played Dr. No in James Bond. He was in Django Unchained. Austrian guy.
Either way, I get the vibe that you're talking.
Yes.
I get the vibe you're talking about.
I could see him twirling a mustache, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Han
Then
von
couple that with their
Spakovsky.
newest, couple that with PragerU's newest tweet. Good lord!
What did they tweet? You should be the PragerU correspondent. That would be cool.
I can be a lot of things correspondent. I swear to God, that'd be great.
Will you give us like every week? Give us
All right.
PragerU updates. I kind of like that.
I can. How about just all right shit that like really sticks in my craw? Because
I like that.
I tend to stare at that stuff. As you know, we talked about that.
Yes.
The tweet is young people are enamored with quote anti-racist unquote rhetoric because they think they're fighting racist systems in America. The truth is that they are fighting America itself and the very values the country was founded on.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's a banger right there.
Right? The self call out if I've ever seen one. That was delightful.
Will you okay, when I was a kid, my parents would watch this really stupid show called 60 Minutes. And there was this guy would come on and remember Andy Rooney? He was
is just on the brink of my age limit there.
It's just, yes.
I really remember mostly just like, oh boy, and then like he'd tighten up his like
he was
tie. He'd get real sweaty, and
he was this
that was
little
his whole bit.
He was this little old guy with white hair who would come on this show. They would give him it was basically like Andy Rooney's Corner. They would give him, he would just like complain about some insignificant crap, and he'd be like, "What's going on with this?" And he would just like complain about it. I feel like this show needs like a guy like that who will maybe like he'll go and look at like
you have the voice already. He gives me Andy Rooney vibes.
Oh yeah. Oh, he definitely does. Yeah, he's got that kind of whiny voice. He's whining about insignificant crap. That's his thing. Yeah.
Just whining about how like it was so hard to be friends with Jimmy Kimmel. Like
Kyle Hunk says, yeah, Andy went on Bill O'Reilly's YouTube show recently to say he quit because they wouldn't let him do an episode about trans sports.
Oh,
could you imagine that little old guy? He's on there. He's like,
I could.
Why are they letting a woman be in? Why are they letting a man be in a woman's class?
He's in his like weird little library. He's just whining and complaining. I think what they should do, he's saying that they wouldn't let him do that. They should be like, yeah, Andy, sure, just do it, but none of the equipment is plugged in, so he's just like whining to himself. They give him like $20,
Not to plug someone else's show, but
Here we go.
You familiar with Maggie Mae Fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a video on it was
Fight Club.
Damn, all the names are escaping me today. The guy who played Deuce Bigelow.
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider and Tom Heidecker, and like the Schneidecker paradox of two comedians making basically
Tom Heidecker. I had to flush him just because he said Tom Heidecker. Still love you though, Kookie. Tom Heidecker. Tom Heidecker. Oh my god. All right, Chippy, are you there?
Uh-huh.
What do you guys got going on in the High Council room over there?
We're talking about salary caps for soccer players, or for the rest of the world, football.
Football, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Chippy, I'm about to wrap it up. Just wanted to say I hope you're ready to, chop some people on the next episode where the toilerette is about to get really crazy.
Yeah, I'm super stoked, dude.
All right, Chip. Talk to you later. Talk to you then.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And of course she gets this. Tom Heidecker and Aaron Wareheim are two funny comic duos. And if Tom Heidecker ever wants me to get on his show to get some more viewers, I would be more than happy to. Thank you to Slavoj Zizek for coming on the show. Thank you to Grimes and whatever that guy's name is, Kid, who's tapped into the Neuralink with that weird Hal from 2001 voice. And I love you guys all. Everybody watching this right now, I want to say this to you. You are beautiful in your own way, okay? Some people are going to be like, you're not doing this or that. Just give them... don't shoot them, but do this noise. Say, you don't talk to me like that, you piece of crap. I'm a unique beauty. And thank you very much. And by the way, don't anybody ever bring up that Maggie Mae Fish on this channel ever again. She's a competitor. Okay, I'm competing with her for viewers, and I, not literally, but this is not that I'm not gonna do the gun. She gets that, okay? So, Greg, are you comfortable with this episode?
Yeah, whatever. Not the best. It's not the best, that's for sure.
Okay, well, what would you do on if it was yours?
Well, there would be a lot more of sort of a wrap-up of whatever Joe Rogan was talking about on that day.
Uh-huh.
And that's pretty much it. What's Joey Coco Diaz doing? Just sort of wrapping up all that.
Yeah, okay.
I have a name for my podcast.
Okay, what would your podcast name be?
Conor McGregor's Ankle.
That's pretty funny, actually. Conor McGregor's ankle. So it's like it'd be like wacky, like it's like this podcast is broken. That's how crazy it is. All right, well, thank you, everybody. I'm getting into that zone where I'm just sort of slowly losing my mind, and I will talk to you later.